Has life put you in a situation where you have to reinvent yourself? Our guest today, Robin Belfrey, she is a remarkable woman who has fearlessly navigating the winding roads of self-discovery and transformation. She's not just a survivor, she is a thriver, a living testament of the power of reinvention. From rewriting her own narrative to reshaping her identity, our guest, beautiful Robin, has faced challenges head on, emerging stronger, wiser, and more authentically herself. Join us as we unreveal the layers of her inspiring journey, exploring the highs, the lows, and the incredible moments that define her as a true architect of her life. Welcome to Raising Above, Robin, and I'm very grateful that you are going to be able to share your story, and I know many women out there will resonate with that. So, why we don't start?
Thank you, Monica. Thank you so much for having me on today.
Thank you.
I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for your friendship and life and wisdom, so thank you.
Thank you. So, why we don't start where everything started? Like, one of the reasons why I invited Robin today is because in certain point of her life, tragedy came, right? As to many of us. And then she had two options: to really go back to the same pattern or reinvent herself. So we're gonna hear that story from Robin.
I like how you said I could either go back to the same pattern or reinvent myself. And that is something to really overcome. And so thank you again. So, going back, I was born and raised in the Midwest in Minnesota, in the United States. And I was always a girly girl into hair, makeup, beauty. I went to cosmetology school. But in cosmetology school, I had an experience with an instructor talking to me kind of in a condescending way that was pick up the hair off the floor in a certain way. And I was like, I didn't like how she treated me. I always feel like treat people with kindness. It's how you say things to other people. So at that point though, I was also engaged to get married and really excited.
How old were you?
Well, I was 21 and in a couple months I was turning 22. So really excited about that. So I got my cosmetologist license and I thought, get married and then get a job or do hair or something, because I got really good at hair, makeup, beauty, right? Practice makes perfect. So not that it's perfect, but progress. And so got married, but then I chose not to work. I was kind of, living in the fast-paced life and all of the things with my husband, which I loved. I actually love that. I chose that. Living through that identity though of him. And I didn't totally grow Robin and really didn't know who Robin was fully. Obviously I was only 22 at the time. I could keep going. It's been a journey.
And then what happened?
Well, so in my 20s, again, it was like literally for almost 2 decades. And a lot of women, I think, do this. And that's the purpose of this, sharing with other women to take care of themselves, grow themselves, something that I didn't do. But we had big disruptions happen in our life. I was, fast forward, 37 years young, and we were faced with a huge financial overhaul. And I was like, what am I doing for Robin? And I started really, it was super stressful. I'm really not sure how in depth you want me to go into this.
Deep. That's right? Because
okay.
I think looking at you, right? Mm-hmm. You are this beautiful woman, not just inside but in the outside. That how I understand your story is also that very early starting a relation, so growing through the eyes of your husband. Mm-hmm. And then suddenly you are by yourself, right?
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say it. Okay. It's been hard to really share it all because I never want to offend someone else, him, the family. I'll be honest. It's really been hard. So he was successful. He really did impact a lot of people. I have nothing but good things to say about him still. but it was traumatic. The FBI came in our home when I was in the shower, 9 of them with guns, and he was indicted. And then fast forward,
So you are in the shower, and then the FBI comes to your house, and then you have to get out of the shower, grab a towel, and they are like all over.
Literally going through the whole house. And I had a twisty turban on my head with a robe and sitting on the couch while they sat there and asked me questions. And I didn't know at the time that I didn't have to answer questions right then. But I sat there and answered questions for 2 hours. I just was like, I don't have anything to hide. But of course, super stressful. He was not home. No one was home. He happened to be at the office, his business. And that's where, they indicted him and they took him. That happened. It was about 8.5 years ago from now. And of course, they took our phones, they took the computers, they went through everything. And 2 months before that indictment, I always was thinking in my head, what am I doing for myself? I would worry like, okay, what if something happened to him or the business? Or like, I would always think that, but never did anything, right? A lot of women, I think, go through that. And so this was a time. And I had started with our company, Isogenics, on the nutrition. But I didn't really understand the opportunity side of it. And so at that time, I was like, I should get a job. Like maybe go work in a salon as a cosmetologist. I kept my license up. Every 3 years, I took a 40-hour refresher course. So it's all I had for me, but I didn't work for anybody for 18 years.
Wow. So, and then you are in this moment in your life that you have to decide between going back to work or being honest, getting another husband, right?
That's what you say to me, right?
And then, and that's why you are here today, not just being like a representation of a great woman that decide to go probably the hard path and reinvent yourself. And now you can teach all of us, why you choose that and what happens with the fear, because I am sure you went through a lot of fear. How you overcome fear when you are in this situation?
Oh, yeah. Every day, God was in my life. I will say I had to, I would talk to God. I'd read out of my letters from God book every day, but surrounding myself in environments that were positivity and growth. And I was hungry to develop my growth mindset. I was like, no one's coming to save me. Like, but me, I did not want to yet. I was like, I will never, ever rely on someone else or a man, anyone. I have to take ownership and not be the victim. Like I chose, as a woman, to live through the identity of him. He didn't make me do nothing or not do anything or whatever. I chose that. And now, yes, the disruptions happen. I didn't have a plan B at the time. And so I'm like, I'm not a victim. I'm going to get up. I'm going to learn. I'm going to develop a growth mindset. And that's really what I want to show other women at no matter what age you're at, you can too. Because, my mom was like, are you sure? So it was either cosmetology, go work in a salon, do hair. I did not want to stand on my feet 10 hours a day. Like even as much as I love hair, makeup, beauty, and not that I'll never help my friends or do that again, but it's not going to be a sole thing. Because I want to go where I want to go, with who I want to go with, and still help people. Like with my ex-husband now, we wanted to help people, like still be good people and progress in a healthy lifestyle. And so this just fell into my lap. And so I just continued to show up to events that would put me in a growth environment to learn. And I was like, the teacher is there. I'm going to sit on the edge of the chair and I'm going to learn. Every single day. So it was, guess what? No TV. There's no business volume in TV. Like straight up, it's 8.5 years later. I don't. And it's not to say no life, but I've created a life now that's progressive and I've developed the growth mindset and it's so much further to go. I was just having an open mind. So really.
But you are like 8.5 years further, right? So we want to go through those years a little so people can...
How did I get to where? Yeah.
Yes.
I know, because now I'm in California.
Yeah. But what was the biggest challenge, like in the beginning?
going places you don't always want to go, going places alone without my husband, because I was, even though it was 18 years not working or whatever it was, married almost 22, together 27 now, it would have been now, but we used to do everything together. Okay, I didn't even finish saying it was a 4-year court case after the indictment. 4 years. I chose to develop a growth mindset, work on myself and grow myself and try to run an online business that I didn't have a clue how to do it. I just was hungry, willing, and coachable to do it. I was like, I'll show up, but it was so hard because he's over there fighting the case, stressed. Do you think that stress came off on me every single day? Yeah, all the time.
And how do you wake up every day and put yourself together? What drove you keep going?
Because I didn't want anyone to rely on anyone else. I mean, some people will say, you always say you could have easily gotten another husband to take care of you or something. I was like, no way. Like, it's so hard for me to talk about this because I still have a lot of love for him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and we are not trying to.
No, I know. So when people probably don't understand, whatever, you know what I mean? But I'm like, not going to just go. No, be with someone. I will never get in that situation ever again. And so getting up every day, I was working to rebuild our life for us. Marriage is for rich or for poor, for sickness and health, for better, for worse. But, it got harder and harder. I was there. He helped me through too. I just can't even not give credit to that. He was there, but I chose to take the resources, the tools to progress more. I would go to an event. I would create my own events. And when I didn't know how, I would rip the Band-Aid off and go work on social media or try, even looking stupid.
And now you have thousands of 100,000 of followers that follow you. So the everyday work through the years pays off, right?
Every day. I think, and sometimes you do events and nobody comes, or one person comes, and people get, oh, I'm not going to do this anymore, or, oh, nothing's happening. Honestly, 6 years ago, I didn't know you. I didn't know Cynthia. And I kept working. I kept showing up online. I was like, who can I love on? Who can I pour greatness into? With no expectations. I mean, other than expectations that positivity was going to come. And I met Cynthia online, and she introduced me to you, one of my most beautiful sisters in life. I'm so blessed. But it's not been easy, but it's possible. Being resilient, I didn't let 2 bad days turn into 20 bad days. Getting good nutrition in my body, going for exercise, and reading positivity and God. Truthfully, that's what helped me every single day.
What would you say to a 38 or 48-old woman right now, or a younger woman that is going through something similar and they don't know what to do right now? What will be for you the first step that they need to take?
They do need to take care of themselves, health-wise. I mean, if you don't have your health, you can't focus, you can't sleep, it's really, really hard. So good nutrition, exercise, but really plugging yourself into a growth environment. I kept showing up. And
wow.
It's really about showing up when you don't feel like it.
I like that.
Every day. I mean, in Minnesota, so my husband had to go, he went to prison. He ended up taking a plea to 2 counts, whatever, and that's a whole nother thing, but dropping him off there was traumatizing, and still to be there, but, so it was driving home, it was getting ready, in the snow blizzards in Minnesota, being invited to, an event or a soiree, I remember, and I knew it was going to be over 500 people there. A good environment of successful, open-minded people to network, right? I was having a day. I was crying that day. Did not feel like putting makeup on or getting ready. That's when you need to do it.
Wow.
That's when you need to go. So when you're 38 or whatever you are, people, ladies, young, old, if you're 50, you just throw yourself together. Drink some water. Turn on some music, Call a friend that's positive. No, but for real. Like, don't call someone that's negative Nancy. No, but I mean, and throw yourself together and say, this is happening for me. It sounds so whatever, but like every day I'd be like, this is happening for me. This is happening for me. And you know what else? I listen to the song every single day. I am resilient. I trust the movement. Negate the chaos. Uplift the negative. I'll show up at the table again and again and again. And that helped me. And you know what? It's so funny because I just gave someone else that advice yesterday that's going through disruption in their life out of their control. But I haven't personally listened to that song as much in the last like 8 months. I don't know why. I'm to a better space now. It took 8 years for me to get to this space of feeling a little bit more free to fly, still not overcame everything, just keeping it real, right? But I know that every day, each situation's happening for me. If a conversation, a meeting was supposed to happen and didn't happen, it was meant to be that way. So I have had to come to radical acceptance that what is what is. So I would just say, if you're in a space that is making you feel like insane, change the environment.
Change the environment. And how important is being first friends in all of this? How important has been faith in all of this?
Both are... I mean, I've had so much faith that everything is going to work out how it is, but that goes along with the people that I'm surrounding myself with. I mean, I can go to my mom, my sister, you, Cynthia. I mean, I have Abby now, I have Amy, I have Brandy, there's been Bella, there's been so many angels. Sarah, the list could go on, and I feel horrible that I'm not even saying everyone right now, but literally so many people that show up in your life. If you can lead with love, with no expectations, give love, respond in love, no matter how someone is maybe treating someone else, if you lead with love from your heart and not your head, things are going to unfold the way it's meant to be. And I promise you, God is working for you, and just have faith. Get better. And know, like, you're going to fail forward. I was like, oh, well, I did technology. I had to learn PowerPoint presentations and attachments and emails. All these little, like, we can go really deep, like, of these things that I never did because I didn't have to do it years ago. And I had to, like, learn that. And I'm like, who wants to do this? I don't even want to do this. I don't want to do this. I get to do this. I was like, I get to do this. I love technology. You know what I mean?
Yes. So what is, like, your vibration? We know, like, it's like so high. Like, wherever Robin goes, like, you are always in a high vibration. How do you put yourself there when you said, like you were saying, there is mornings that you don't really feel like?
Ooh.
So what is your routine? What do you do?
I read out of my Letters from God book.
I love that book.
I love that book. If you don't have it, get it. Evan Tate, it's so amazing. Like, I swear, it's one page, it's easy read. I feel like he's talking to me every day. Sometimes call my friends, like, and they listen, and they're there for you. You have to find some amazing, positive friends that have wisdom, that have gone through things in life, to help. And you can take their advice. There's going to be multiple people that tell you some different things sometimes, but you get to take it and make it your best ideal life, and just know, literally. So I would do that. Get some movement. Exercise is huge. Natural drug. Go and walk. Some days I would feel like I can't breathe. Like, so good. No, it's for real. I feel like I couldn't breathe. I would be crying so bad. Don't want to get up. I would be like, go. And I had to call my sister. She would, like, work out, get some movement in, just go. I would just walk. I would go to Lake Calhoun in Minnesota and walk. Get the fresh air. So grateful. And then, my niece and nephew. Oh my gosh, they're angels in my life. Hello?
But what do you think is the biggest difference before the old, I don't know if you call it the old Robin or the Robin that was the wife that was supported?
Yeah, I'm really successful in my business and network
Yes.
marketing, and in the online digital space, which I don't even care about, but it is a space that people can talk about it, good or bad, whatever, but it's not going anywhere. It's a good space that we're in. We're here right now. And we get to pump out the good things. Who I've become through all of it, irregardless of talking about health-wise or financially, taking care of myself, it's who I've become in the process. I was confident before, and my ex helped me. I feel like everything refers to that. It was more than half my life. It just is what it is. So, but I now know, no matter what, a Robin is okay, no matter what happens in life. That I am resilient. That literally, that I can rise above. Rise above. You can rise above anything. That's what I know. I can rise above anything that happens. There's going to be people that come and go in your life, in personal life, in business, and it's happened for a reason. Your attitude is everything.
Exactly. And talking about like you being like this very like exotic blonde woman, do you think that has been an add-on, something that has helped you through the process, or have you gone through a lot of prejudge from other people just because the way you look?
I do think it's maybe both ways. Let's keep it real. Of course, people like shiny objects or put together items and pieces. I don't even like to say, oh, you're so pretty, Robin, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But I have thrived to try to help myself become the best polished version of Robin. And we didn't even touch on, I was like 50, 60 pounds heavier in high school. So that's another thing to overcome. So I feel the healthiest that I am now. But yeah, it's definitely, I think people do judge people that look a certain way. So it can help your business, but it also can be like, okay, why does she look like that? Why is she talking like that? Or she just, I've had somebody say, what are we, playing Barbies? It's like, I work my ASS off.
Correct.
And I want to help women. And I show up and I create events. And like some days, like I said, some days you don't feel like getting up. And then some days it's like 16, 20-hour days. And I'm talking and helping to people. And that's a one thing advice I can say. If you're down or depressed, go and help someone else.
Oh wow, I love that.
That is what lifts me up every single day.
Oh, you have to repeat that one because I think that
if you're down or depressed, if you're at a moment or disruptions in your life, please go pour greatness into someone, help serve someone. How can you help them in their business or in their household with their kids? It doesn't have to be helping someone financially. It can be in mindset. It can be in time and listening to someone. That helped me, truthfully. Being around other people, how could I help them?
And my Robin, there was moments, can you recall any moment that you almost lost faith or the really dark moments?
Oh my. There's a lot. I mean,
I think it's important to talk about those too.
There's just a lot of times where, you know, it's hard with my ex-husband that women go through, maybe the things in a marriage and disruptions and financial stress. And like I said, I was in it, like loyal for that long time. And then it was just really hard with the changes and me growing, even though I was like in denial that I really like changed. Like, it's like I didn't change. I'm still Robin. I still all these things, but I when you go through that stuff, you do kind of change. And same for him. He helped support me in so many ways. And he would try to say he didn't change. He hasn't changed. But when you go through something like that, you do. So it's hard. I don't know what else to tell you, but that was hard. And keep going and making the decision that trying to come together with me and my business and my growth, which he totally supported, always has, but he still has his passions, which nothing wrong with his passions. Trying to come back together as a team, we were trying to do that and it didn't work. And so the bawling and crying and me feeling bad and sad was extremely rock bottom.
Yeah, I think something that I remember from your story is we are talking about a lot of confidence. You can see Robin, and she's like a very confident woman. But when we look back in time, I remember you telling someone that you used to go to visit him and with pictures, so he can decide or suggest what she's gonna wear.
Well, yeah,
Right?
actually, I couldn't bring the pictures in there. I sent them. This is literally my life. Like, I was so used to him helping me every single day, like what to wear to every event. And when he was away, this sounds crazy, whoever's gonna listen, but I would take pictures in my outfits and take selfies. And I would print them, like at Walgreens, because you couldn't email the pictures through email to the prison. You couldn't email or text. He didn't have a cell phone. So I printed 30 pictures, printed them, mailed them, and then I would number it on the back of the photo. I'm not kidding. And then he would email me, like, wear this day to this event. I would be going to like a 4-day event for celebration for Isogenics. And he would be like, wear this to the leadership, the executive leadership thing, wear this for that. And then I'd be like, wait, what about this? And I'm so indecisive. Like, he would just help me. Like, it's bananas. Literally sounds bananas. So, but now, like, yeah, and it takes a village in this world. I don't know, but.
Yes, I think that's a beautiful example, like the lack of confidence that you could have like many, many years ago, and how has been changed to today.
I decided what I was going to wear on my own today. Woo! But seriously,
yeah.
Not that I don't ask my girlfriends, are you wearing this? Should I wear
that? We all do.
But yeah, we all do that. But for the most part, oh my goodness, back in the day, I used to like plan out my outfits way in advance. Now I'm like, I fly by the seat of my pants. I'm like, I'm confident that I'll figure something out. I'll pull it together. But you know what? You don't get confident until you do something. And I was forced. I was forced to be in survival, to grow. And I had a choice to get better. I had a choice to start figuring out my own outfits. I had a choice to show up to an event when I didn't want to, and nobody was coming with me.
So I like what you just said, because should we really do you think we should really create all of this in our lives to be able to get confident or get more successful? Do we need to go through tragedy to get to those places? No. Or do you think we can manifest in an easier way in life at this point?
You can manifest it in an easier way. I have conversations with so many women every day. And one the other day, she's like successful, has money, has a husband. She wants a little bit more passion and zest in her life.
Oh, wow. How do we get passion?
Yeah, and that's not to blame. That's not to blame anyone, but you can manifest it. You can create it. You know what? Start talking about passion.
Oh, wow.
Start creating the passion. Like, you can create what you want. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be healthier. I wanted to create the success. I didn't want to go work for anybody. I didn't want to go live with anybody else but Robin. And then, yeah, be the most passionate. Like, everyone wants to feel loved, give love, sexy. Can we just say it? I just want women to know they can be successful and be a mom. Haven't given birth, but I talk to moms that tell me, I want to, have my sexy back. And they can. It is just, doing the baby steps every day to feel that way.
Do you think that is more like an internal thing, or is like more like outside, like your body? Or do you think it's
internal?
Please explain a little more.
Internal. You know what? If you're searching for sexy or love or what, you have to get sexy inside and love yourself. Mm-hmm. Like I've had to grow on myself, learning to love myself and not rely on someone else to love me over and over. So, and how did I every day? If I'm not healthy, I don't feel good. Yes. That's inner
beauty,
inner beauty, inner sexiness, like whatever. If I'm eating sugar and drinking way too much all the time, I don't feel as good. I'm just going to keep it real. Not that I never do those things. But I know when I do those things, I'm like, oh man, okay, turn it around. At least I have the tools now, like, and I know the mindset to turn it around and keep it balanced. So I really would say, if you're not living in your most healthiest body, you're not gonna feel as good. It just is what it is. You're gonna find little nitpicky things to pick on yourself or talk about with someone else. Like, I think a lot of times, I'm gonna go back to being a housewife. A lot of women, when they don't have a purpose, because I lacked in purpose, we find little things to nitpick on.
But what do you think is your purpose at this point of your life?
To bring the world together with love. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry, but like, bring more love into the world. Like, I'm obsessed with love. And help people be independent and they can take care of themselves and successful with confidence. I mean, of course, like,
how we can spread more love, Robin?
It's attitude, smiling, giving a compliment to people that you see at the grocery store, in the Uber, at the airport. I mean, these are like, I feel like not enough people do it. They sit and they look at their phones. They don't look up in the elevators or at the airport. If you can please just like be more aware of your surroundings. And if someone looks, they're just more quiet or down to themselves, just compliment them on something that I was at the store the other day and I could tell the lady had a cute headband on, and I just complimented it because I know that she took an effort to put the pink headband on. So like, hello. Yeah. I just, if and if there's a mom in the store, like at the grocery store with 3 children, just maybe compliment her on her time that she's taking with her kids out and about. Like, you're an amazing mom. Little things like that. Or someone that is sharing online in the online digital space. A lot of people are moving into that. Compliment them. Show them. Tell them their talent. Say, I love the art, the talent that you're showing. How can I best support you? I don't think enough people give enough love. They think about expectations about their own business.
Correct. And do you think, women, that we really support each other, or do you think there is a lot of still like competition between women?
Yeah, there's a lot of competition out there still, which I want to debunk. I was with Abby today, and earlier, and she was talking about how she can tell, like, I just don't have that jealousy, and I want other people to feel that, like, you're successful, she's successful, Cynthia's successful, like, and genuinely you can tell the entire world that. Like, not thinking, that's going to take away from my success. So many women, I really want to just show them, I think their jealousy, they come from an insecurity, which is not their problem, but they can get better in their insecurities. And that's what I want to show people, because I used to live in insecure body and insecure that I could be successful or that I could actually, become something. And now I have. So that's like, and let's show them.
So you are reinventing yourself, right? And then you have women that are trying to compete with you. So that is really not helping, right?
Yeah. Oh, of course. There's women that maybe they're trying to compete with me. I don't even notice it. I mean, maybe someone might bring it to my attention. But for the most part, I don't focus on. When you focus on something, you find more of.
Yeah.
Going over the years and working through social media, I've had trolls. I've had people say stuff.
How do you deal with that? Because social media is like...
It's a love-hate relationship. Yeah. I'll keep it real. I love it. I don't like the word hate. Dude, can we take that out? Okay. But honestly, I don't focus on it. I dealt with people commenting some bad stuff when the case happened with my ex, and I cried for a minute, literally, a day. And then don't give it attention. The more what you focus on, you are going to find more of. So I would focus on love. I would focus on integrity. I would focus on helping someone else. I would focus on learning something good and positive, new patterns. That's what I would do. That's what I would tell someone else, to focus on the good and getting 1% better every single day. And so if it's there, lead with love and kindness. Yeah, okay, I'm going to use an example. In the company I'm in, there's been a couple situations that I went straight to the source. Mm-hmm. Because I heard something or whatever, and I was confused. Why? How? I was confused. How could that happen? Or something getting blocked somewhere, Yeah. And now, guess what? All these years later, it's like we're friends, we're good, it's so amazing. But I think if you lead with love and you talk about it and you communicate and focus on positive, mm-hmm. it's going to pull through.
Is there any memory that you can share with us in this whole 8.5 years that really you felt, oh yeah, this is gonna work, things are getting better? Is there a moment that you can remember that you felt like hope was coming? Because sometimes we are just going and we cannot see anything at the end of the tunnel, and that could be like a mm-hmm. dark moment for a while, and then some shiny lights start coming to you. What was that moment for you that you could say, oh, this could work? Or what kept you going?
Because there's been multiple people and angels come into my life that when helping them, for example, is helping them get into a healthier body, and they were more confident, and they were talking with confidence about their own authentic, genuine story to help other people. And they started helping other people. So that gave me more confidence. Mm-hmm. That's the turnaround.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna come. I don't know if that makes sense or helpful, but
the story that came right now that I think I hear you before telling, you have a small paper in your wallet.
Yes.
I think that's a cool story that we should share.
So yeah, I ask people, what is your biggest fear that might be holding you back from going to the next step? And for me, 7.5, 8 years ago, when I first started, I wrote down on a note card, pink note card. And it was, I have such a fear of speaking.
Wow.
Obviously, you can't tell now, really. But I had that. Even I started just sharing my story in my sister's living room with 10 of my own close friends. And I started crying. And speaking is just, I think it's one of the most terrifying things for people that are dying. And I wrote, I can speak in front of large groups. And I wrote that because I knew if I wanted to create the choices in my life that I had to use my voice. And I didn't care about being a speaker. I really don't care about being a speaker. I swear, I do not care. But I want to make an impact. And if my voice and my story of being resilient and getting 1% better and getting more confident can help one person, that's what is about. And so that's why I wrote it. So if your fear is speaking, write that down. If and say I am a speaker. I said I can speak in front of large groups. I don't care about being a speaker, right? Mm-hmm. But I am that, or I am successful, or I am an amazing mom. If you feel like you're struggling there, say I am amazing. I am beautiful.
And when that came true? Because I know that dream, there was a moment that you felt.
Oh, I know. Well, I think it just started being more, people were wanting to hear the story more, and so it just got a little better, a little better, a little better. And, I finally released, it was maybe 9 months ago. I had to just be how long are you going to keep telling the story? Mm-hmm. You have to release it and move forward. So it's letting go, and it's just letting go. You can fly, and just stop feeling bad and sad. And No story, no problem.
No story, no problem. Oh my gosh, I want to dig in that.
How long was I going to keep telling the same story over and over? How long are you going to keep telling the same story over and over? So I have started focusing on, I am successful. I have value to share, which I do. So do you and you. And that's what I tell people. It's like, I'm not just like you. I'm like, you should be sharing your wisdom with the world. I can't talk like you. Mm-hmm. I can't talk like Cynthia. I can't talk like Abby. Everyone has their story, and your brand of beautiful is needed. That's what I love to say. Also, I manifested the most diverse, amazing group in my community. I swear, I manifested that too. You know, like 4 or 5 years ago, I also had like some graphic images made for campaign, for getting healthy, for the holidays or something. I had the graphic design lady like pump it together with every nationality. We have like Latina, we have Black, we have Persian, we have Laos, we have French, we have redheads, we have blondes, we have brunettes. Like, I put that in the graphics. And do you know, it's totally true for it, like fruition within our organization that's global. Like, it's every single background, and I'm obsessed. I love it. It's so fascinating getting to know people's backgrounds and where they've come from and
stories.
Yes, the stories.
What are your dreams? What are you dreaming now for the future? Who are you becoming?
Ooh, it's the evolution of Robin. So exciting. I feel like I'm just getting started. I'm just getting started. And I'm 45 and I'm just getting started. But yeah, now I'm closer by the water. I've always loved the water, the ocean, so being there, but creating a bigger legacy. Like, I feel like I'm touching people's lives. Mm-hmm. I don't want it to be about me. I cannot wait. I love watching the ripple effect of other people being happy and joyful and feeling the love, like accepting the love in themselves. Maybe they give love, but they don't receive the love as well. So I want to see more people receive love, give love, but honestly, and be their most unapologetic self.
Ooh. So I like those words that you were using. Being in the receiving mode. Mm-hmm. Are you in the receiving mode?
I think I am. Are you saying I'm not?
I'm not saying anything.
I am.
Are you in the receiving mode? Yes, you are.
Yes, I am. 100%. I'm open. Like, I'm constantly open, and that's what I want to leave you with is like, she's asking me, but I'm asking whoever's watching this, are they in the receiving? When someone would ask me to do something or be a part of something, if it was an alignment for giving, for growth, for personal development, I would say yes, you figure it out later. I'm constantly open. That's how you receive. The blessing is going to come.
I love it. Mm-hmm. Your advice for everybody that is watching for reinventing themselves.
Yes. Thank you.
What are your 3 top? What somebody that is watching you today do tomorrow morning?
I would say I love the Letters from God book, letter. If it's not that, listen to a podcast, some personal development, 5 to 10 pages out of a good book of personal development. It's something. Eat healthy.
Mm-hmm. We talk about that. Get
some good nutrition in your body. Your brain, your body needs fuel. Your car, if you were pouring gas in sugar into the gas tank of your car that you can replace, you would not continue pouring crap in it. So be mindful of your body. Get some exercise in tomorrow. Like even if it's 10 minutes, that's all you have. If you can do it, my mom would do sit-ups and all the things in the morning before work. And so I'm like, okay, if I can't get an hour in, I'll do 10 minutes. And if you do have a 9-to-5 job, look for something maybe that's a free training that you can plug into instead of watching TV or scrolling in the scroll hole on social media. You can find some good things there, but there's a lot of free personal development that you can do to plug in to grow yourself and progress for a legacy for your family.
So that's beautiful. Thank you. What Robin of today will tell the Robin from yesterday, what would you tell to the 20-year-old?
It goes back to personal development, to work. If I would tell a 20-year-old,
A Robin that you were, yes.
To work on herself, to make sure, because there's so much life left. So don't just attach to a man. Even though I'm grateful for my whole life experiences with my ex, a lot of love still there, but I wish I had grown myself back then. That's personal development. And you can't, it's like people go to the gym to build muscles. I'm now at 45 having to grow my brain muscles still, but you can do it at any age. So
Yes,
imagine where I'd be right now if I had started working all these muscles when I was 20, but instead I chose to just be lazy.
But do you think you chose to be lazy, or it was kind of how life played for you? Do you believe in destiny?
Yeah, actually.
Or do we?
Actually, you know what? That's what I mean. It's like everything happens for a reason. And so I wouldn't be here today if none of it would have happened. I wouldn't have became this. I wouldn't be able to share this to make a bigger impact either. So there's that. But I do wish that I would have grown a little bit more when I was younger.
Beautiful.
So thank you.
Thank you, beautiful Robin.
Thank you for having me. I'm so grateful. I'm so excited for this, for you.
Thank you.
I love all of your wisdom. This woman is so full of wisdom. She speaks so well. She's helped me so much in life. One of the biggest angels of my life, and I'm so grateful for you.
No, thank you for being the first episode of Raising Above. Since I met you, your message has been always touched my heart, and I knew more women have to hear it, and men too, because it's not just one side. And thank you. And we know you have Raised Above, and from here to the next adventure together. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.